Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase channel. My name is Joey, and today I'm going to be going over the winners of our scores of the Fanart Contest. We are now on the penultimate round of this year's Fanart Contest. Draw your favorite scene. We asked you guys to pick a scene in the entire KotLC series and then draw that scene. We received almost 100 entries this time, and this is one of our best contests yet. Between the last fanart video and this video, we have scored all of the fanart pieces and determined who are the top 10. I'll get into why we changed it from top 5 to top 10 in a little bit. Please note that this is not the final top 10 at all. This is simply our scores. So this is not the final scores. You guys get to vote for who actually wins, and we'll have another video, the last video, announcing the actual winners of the contest. Before we get into all this stuff, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get straight into some changes that we have made. First of all, I just want to give a huge thank you to Chloe because she actually decided to donate her past winnings because she's a past winner of a contest, and she donated her $15 Amazon gift card to put back into today's prize pool. So that means thanks to her, we now have 4 winners of this contest. But that doesn't really sound even, so I added another $10 for 5th place. So now that means we have 5 winners, with 1st place getting 25, 2nd and 3rd place getting 15, and then 4th and 5th getting $10. And this makes this the biggest contest we've ever hosted, with a prize pool of $75. So thank you so much to Chloe for allowing this to happen, and that is also why we changed it from the top 5 to the top 10. And the last change that we made to this contest is that we allowed Sophia, who if you don't know is my sister, we allowed her to score all of the pieces as well, meaning that the score changed from a maximum of 90 to a maximum of 120. So now that we've gone over all of these changes, let's go into the honorable mentions. Now, to make it to the honorable mentions, you had to have a score of a 100 or higher, and just a big congratulations to all of these pieces. Just a quick thank you to everybody that entered into the competition. Now, let's move on to the top 10. Starting with number 10, we have Firework Flasher. They drew an absolutely amazing piece of Sophie discovering Sylphony, and if you just zoom into this piece, you can really see the detail on the water, the grass, the forest. Everything is amazing in this piece. Now let's move into the rubric of this piece. Me and Austin both scored this as a fair in the creativity section because we noticed, I think they said this in the email, I'm not sure, but it's based on the collector set at Keeper of the Lost Cities. And the effort, the wild card were all around a 5, and then everything else was pretty normal. So great job, Firework Flasher. Let's move on to number 9. Coming in at 9th place, we have Astatine_17. It's a campfire scene with Sophie, Fitz, Biana, and Keith, and we all thought it was pretty creative, and I scored it a bit down on the use of colors just because, you know, the grass is just pretty much one solid color, but everybody else seemed to be pretty much around great and amazing. And again, on the wild card, I just didn't feel like there was as much effort or detail put into this piece as some of the other ones. It's still very good though, very good piece, deserves it to be in its spot. And let's move on to number 8. Number 8, we have Coco the Bean 11. Now this piece really made a statement. I really love the colors in this one, and I only marked it down in creativity just because we've seen a lot of other entries with this same, you know, Sophie burning down the warehouse. I really liked it. I really liked the colors. I loved it. Great entry. Let's move on to number 7. And in 7th place, we have Chloe. And now Chloe, she brought up a classic Sokeef scene, and let's move on to look at the rubric. I think the general consensus with this piece is that it was very creative. The colors were good. There was obviously effort in this piece. I thought it was great for the wild card. Maybe Austin and Troy thought there was too much like Sokeef in, you know, previous entries, but it was still relative to theme, and it obviously met the regulations. This is a great piece. I really like it. There is just so much detail in this piece. If you zoom in, it's very high quality. You can tell there was a bunch of effort, a bunch of hours put into this. So thank you for entering. Thank you for the generous donation. And let's move on to number 6. And in 6th place, we have Cat. card. Now this scene is Bronte with the alicorn right before he was going to ride it. And I mean, the colors on this scene are just popping. We all thought it was generally pretty creative. The colors, I love the colors. There's effort, and I mean, I liked it as my wild card. So I just like how it all fits together. I like how there's hints of purple on Sylphony. There's orange in the light and the sky. It is really well done, really well made. And let's move on to number 5. And in 5th place, we have Rainbow the Cat. And this is where it starts to get really interesting because they scored a 115. That means they were only 5 points away from a perfect score. They chose to redo the scene, which is on the cover of Never Seen, where they are escaping Ravagog. And I mean, I thought, you know, I had to mark down the creativity just a little bit because, you know, it's the book cover. But I also like the colors, and we all put a 5 for effort because you can tell there was a lot of effort went into this. The wild card was great. I really like the colors on this one and how like you can see the waves, and this really is like very foreboding because it's like Ravagog. I really like it. Really amazing art piece. Let's move on to number 4. Now in 4th place, they were actually a tie with 5th place, the same amount of points, 115, and that is Jin Spencer. We all thought it was really creative, making a comic as well as like incorporating a very classic scene. The colors, I marked it a little bit down simply because like I still marked it down because there's not much shading, not much variation, but it's still pretty good. And the same thing for the wild card. I marked it down just because it lacked that extra bit of detail that would have propelled it straight into like the top 3. But Troy, Austin, and Sophia, they all gave it pretty much a perfect score. And by the way, I love this scene. This is such a great scene. Amazing art, very creative. Let's move on to number 3. In 3rd place, we have Sasha Cat Studios. And they drew the scene where the whole gang is getting ready to enter nightfall, and you can see they have the black swan, and they're all wearing those like ash, like the coverings of ash to protect them from the smell of the gorgonons, I believe. And I really like how this scene, it just like, it's so like ethereal because like you have like the light waves, the water, the waterfall. It looks like they're getting ready for something really big, and they are. So yeah, I really liked it. It's very creative. The use of colors are great. The effort was amazing, and the wild card relative theme, everything else, it's just a great scene. Great piece of art. It scored a 116, and this one was also a tie with 2nd place as well. So speaking of 2nd place, well, tied for 2nd place is Phoenix Wings. Phoenix Wings has entered before, and this piece might be their best. This is a scene where the entire gang it's actually in Nightfall as well, and they're fighting Vespera and the mirrors, and it's just great. They really like to do group scenes with all the characters, and I can notice that. And I thought it was really creative. The use of colors were great. The effort is just crazy. Like for each individual character, there's so much detail, there's so much shading. And I can only imagine how many layers, you know, went into this. Wildcard is amazing, and, you know, it fits the theme and the regulations. This is a great piece, definitely deserves to be, you know, tied for 2nd. All around, very solid piece of art right here. And let's move into the winner of our scores. Coming in at 1st place, a near perfect score, 119 out of 120, we have Brew Friedman. They did such an amazing job with this scene. They drew the scene where Sophie shows Keith the EL fudges, and this piece is such a vibe. The Panake's tree, the alicorns in the back, Sophie, the leaves, Keith, the box. I mean, it's great. This piece received an almost perfect score, and I marked it down for the creativity, just because there was a lot of entries with this same scene. So there you have it, the entire top 10 of this contest, but it is not over yet. So now it's your guys' turn to score the art yourselves. In the description down below, you will find a Google form that will have all the instructions you need to know on how to score the pieces. You will see all the 10 pieces listed, and all you have to do is choose your favorite. Choose which piece you like the best, click continue, click submit, whatever, and you are done. And please note that this Google form closes the 1st of February, so that gives you guys 1 week to vote. Share this video with all of your friends so they get a chance to vote for the winner of this contest. And remember, the top 5 actually do receive prizes. It's not just the top 3. So if you guys have any questions on how to score these pieces, or any questions about the contest, the scoring, or whatever, just leave them down in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe, comment down below which piece was your favorite, who you're voting for, why. I can't wait to see who eventually wins this contest. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to everybody that entered, and congratulations to the top 10. And I'll see you guys, or maybe it'll be Troy or Austin, the next video when we'll announce the winners, we'll give away all the prizes, and it'll be a grand old time. So thank you guys for sticking with me this whole video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.